Hi everyone. So a lot of people know me as Chioma the coach, but even more people know me as Chioma the author. So I want to talk about some of my books and how the journey started. So the first book I wrote was First Day at the Big School. Now this is a book I wrote for my children. I wrote that book just saying, you know what, I want my children to see something about African culture, about the Nigerian culture, see their skin tones, see about their food, see Nigerian names in a storybook. And I wrote that book and the reception was amazing. Interestingly enough, when I was getting the ISBN for that book, which is the number you put on each book, I got 10 at a time. I didn't know I would write 10 books, but now I have written almost 10 books, if not more. So that was the first book, and that really started my journey as an author. The first time someone called me an author, I said, oh, really? I'm an author now. Very interesting. So that's why I encourage people to write their stories because it goes across the world. And the book is on Amazon, has been selling, and it has sold thousands of copies. That's why I've done a course for people who want to learn how to write or who want to write their own book. And I also coach people one-on-one sometimes on their writing journey. And I'll leave more details about that course in my description. Another book I wrote also for children is called Fun Day at the Zoo. And this book was inspired by my trip to Kenya and also by the Abuja Zoo, which I visited quite often with my children when they were much younger. It's an amazing book. It talks about all the rich animals that we have in our zoos in Nigeria and beyond. It's a really lovely book. And of course, I celebrate Nigerian food as well in that book. It's something you need to get for your children. Another of my favorite books, which I wrote as well, is Fun Trip to the Village. Growing up, my dad and mom always took us to the village for Christmas. And we grew up, playing with the goats and just having a good time, going to play with the masquerade at the village square. And that book chronicles those road trips to the village and all the fun we had there with our cousins and relatives. All my books are on Amazon. Go get them and read them to your children. Even if they don't go to the village now, it was something that will make them look forward to exploring Nigeria and the different parts of our lovely land. Another of my children's books, which is something I wrote to teach about history, is Fun Day at the Museum. Now, Fun Day at the Museum talks about all the historic characters that we have, the great fathers and mothers of the nation, the great events that have happened in our country. Some of them even sad events like the Civil War, where a lot of things happened, a lot of lives were lost. So it's a book that is a must read. It talks about our cultural heritage. It talks about our artifacts. It talks about so many things that Nigerian children should know. People, places, objects that every Nigerian child should know. So that's a book that you should get for your children if you don't already have it. So another book, I said, oh, let me start writing for adults as well, not just children. So I wrote this book, Wisdom from Women of the Past, and it has a lot of amazing people in it. I got a foreword to be done by the amazing Adesua Onyenokwe, who is a very passionate educator, broadcaster, journalist, someone that we all know. And I wrote about some amazing women, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, Mary Slessor, who we all know, Wilman Rudolph, Gambo Sawaba, Margaret Ekpo, Buche Meteta, who is my motivation as an author. I really love reading her books as a child. And it's a book that you should get. Don't miss this book. It's available on Roving Heights, Amazon, like all my books are. And then after that, I said, okay, let me write something that's Bible-based. Wisdom from Women, but I want to focus on women in the Bible. And this led me to write this book called Wisdom from Women of the Bible. And I got the amazing apostle Obi Pax Harry to do the foreword for me. She's a renowned apostle, and she gave me so many insights which I added into this book as well. And I look about 14, 15 women in the Bible who made impact in their time. Remember the Bible times, it wasn't easy being a woman in those days, but these women, despite their gender, despite the time that they were in, they were able to achieve great things. And I believe all women can achieve great things, and men as well. You can do great things. So get that book. I had a lot of people telling me, Chioma, you talk about parenting a lot. You coach about parenting a lot. You coach about so many things that regard to raising children. We need a parenting book. And I got this book down. And the foreword is by Tara Fela Dorotoye. In fact, she was one of the people that told me, Chioma, when you write a parenting book, I will do the foreword. And she kept her word. And this book is an amazing book. It has gotten so many reviews. It's been so well received. And if you're a parent or a parent to be, you need to get this book. It's a fantastic book. And I've just told you, you cannot expect perfection in parenting. That's why the title is there, The Not Perfect Parents. And that's who I am. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying, I'm learning, and we are all learning together. And apart from the books I've written on my own, that I've authored solely, I've also written some books. I've been part of compendiums and, the like. This is a book that me and my siblings and other people put together. about Bibi and Sam, my parents. And if you know me well, or if you've ever interacted with me for a length of time, you will hear me talk about my parents. My parents, they've been gone for quite a while, but their legacy lives on through me. Their impact on me is phenomenal. Honestly, I remember them every single day, the things they taught me, the values I learned from them. And this book it's just a light-hearted way of just, paying tribute to them and just remembering some funny things and not so funny things that I experienced and my siblings and other loved ones experienced through my amazing parents. So get that book. And this is a book I authored with some other women in the Diocese of Abuja, the Anglican Church, where I worship at the moment. And it's called Parenting in a Degenerated Society. And it's just talking about parenting in today's world. It's not easy, but we're doing it. But that book was written a few years ago, and it was also well received among the churches, because we came from different churches within Abuja, and we put that book together, and it's been so well received. This is another book. I don't have the cover. It's a hardcover book. But this book is something I was authored during COVID. There are two books I contributed to during COVID. This is one of them. Moms don't have time to do a lot of stuff. And it is edited by Zibi Owen. She's a renowned podcaster who I met on Instagram during COVID. It's an anthology that contains, different things from different parents around the world. It's an amazing book, and I'm so proud to be part of it. There's another one I also did with an amazing lady from the US as well. And this is the great thing about books. Books will connect you with people across the world. I have never met her. I've never met the other author. I met her just once. But I learned so much by being part of their book projects. And I'm still writing with other women. I've written with my friend Liz Taylor. I don't have her book with me right now, but books are just a precious gift to this world. So please, if you are thinking of writing a book, if you have a story to tell, do not hesitate to put it down on paper. If you want to take part in my course, it's on Seller. I've told you about it before. If you want to buy any of my books, most of them are on Amazon. And you can get most of them through Roving Heights, or you can just send me a message and I'll get it across to you. Have you read any of my books? Is there anyone you or your children have read? I would like to learn what you learned from any of the books. Is there anything that you think you want to hear about in any of my books? Please put it down in the comments. I would love to connect with people who have read my books. I do book readings in different schools across Nigeria, and even in the UK and US, I've gone to libraries to talk about literacy and to talk about why we need to read. Readers are indeed leaders. It's not a cliche. Because of my love for reading, I've been able to write. And because of my love for reading, I've been able to learn so much and to grow in my career and in my life. Reading is a whole education on itself. So please, let's encourage our children to read. Let's be readers ourselves. Because remember, children learn from us. What they see us do is what they do as well. Thank you so much, and make sure you get a copy of any of my books today.